So one time, me and my family were wandering around a mall. I walk faster and go way in front of the fam, so they decide to hide from me. I looked around and saw nobody until a man pointed where everybody was and I saw them peeking. But the wrong peeking. Hours later, I walked off into a toy store to check out the toys without my family. My parents were mad. Well, that's just unfair! So this was when I was a toddler, apparently. When I saw my bro getting changed, I saw his private parts and I didn't know what it was called, so I called it peeing stick. Peeing stick. I only learned what it was called much later on. When I was like 4 or 5, I had 2 phases, which almost made people cold child support. The first one was when me and my parents were on holidays to throw myself in the pool and pretend to be drowning. The first few times I did this, my parents actually jumped into the water to save me, but after many times they gave up. They weren't that worried since I'm a pretty good swimmer. And this made people go mad. Even some jumped into the water. The second phase, I went up to random people and called them dad. None of them were actually my dad. Actually, that second phase is genius levels of safe. Upvoted. Once me and my brother were sleeping Once me and my brother were sleeping over at. It's what it weighs. I don't get it. That's all it says. It's in red text. Oh! Once me and my brother were sleeping over at Grandma's house and we woke up really early. We thought it would be funny to test the Alexa by saying her name really quietly. Then she says, "Here are some hits from Amazon Music you might like." Starts playing music. We woke up the whole house at 6 a.m. I don't really get that, actually. How is that kids are stupid? I don't go. Okay. When I was 6, I went on holiday to Butlins, and I went on a playground with those little wood things on the floor. Anyways, I was playing on the playground when I saw kids with no shoes on going up the slide, and I thought, hey, I want to do that. So I proceeded to take off my shoes and socks. As I was stepping on the wood, I got a lot of splinters and went to the doctor's nearest to pull them out. Dumb, aren't I? Dumb, yes you are. I mean, you were. You were. Hopefully you aren't anymore. So as a kid, my parents used to tell me how the substance used to wash dishes are harmful to your skin. I always thought it would melt your skin if you touch it, so I always used plastic gloves to protect my hands. Every time the dishwasher touched me, I would run and wash my hands 3 times. One day, since I took it like a Chad and didn't cry fair tell anybody, my mom saw me using plastic gloves. She told me I was super extra for that, and I just went, "Mom, this stuff would burn my skin." And she told me it was just a warning and that it's okay to have some on my hands. I had this feat for freaking since I was 4, up till I was 6. This subreddit has exactly 14,000 members right now. Everything is such a coincidence. But also, how is this kids are stupid? How in the world is kids are stupid? Autocorrect! Pug moment. Pug moment. Pug moment. Pug moment. And also, why is it automatically just upvote your own why? Tales of Brotherly Illiterate. The Danger Drill. A story that just happened today. My brother is 7 and is extremely illiterate, even with the best education. The last 6 hours he went running around the house before stumbling upon Dad's toolbox. Not just like any carpenter's toolbox, it had a drill. Naturally, children will not understand the drill and left it unchanged. Not with my brother. Not it. After he found the drill, he immediately went and looked for nails. He found a box of nails in my room. I was working on a table and took it. The little brain of his decided to make the house prettier. Fast forward 1 hour later, he had used up all the nails. Damaged, the walls, the table, the window frames, the lovely kitchen counter, all splattered with nails. Found out 30 minutes after, but it was too late. Wow. Wow. Oh. Off camera, I'll fully process this, but... Oh. Wait, how do you only find out 30 minutes after? How... I remember when I was younger, for some reason, knew that a sperm and egg were needed for reproduction. However, I obviously had no clue how the sperm got to the egg. Because my parents wouldn't tell me and I could just not have an answer, I decided to think it out. And what I came up with is actually dumb. I thought that a sperm got to an egg by the fingertips of two opposite-gendered people touching. I think I came to this conclusion because of the picture depicting the creation of Adam. So when I was a kid, I went to a local library and found a book about computers and electronics. It showed every aspect of them, including the insides. So reading this book, I decided to see if this book showed real info. Took a screwdriver and opened my dad's very expensive computer, thus expiring the warranty. If you didn't know, computers back in the day had something called EEPROMs. Basically, they're weird chips that had glass windows in them that you shine light, though, to code the chip. I looked at my book and located them and proceeded to take off their protective covers and expose them to light, try to code them with the computer code provided in the book. You need very fast light switching on and off very quickly to code them. I was much, much slower. I put the stuff back in and put the computer back together. I wanted to surprise my dad by the new code I made. When it was powered back on, it booted and crashed. I told him my code was not working and that I'll have to open the PC again, and that's when he realized. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Bruh. Reply upvoted. My teacher just read out some things from her Things You Shouldn't Have to Say to 8th Graders book. And my favorites are, if you're close enough to body check, you're not social distancing. Do not store Cheez-Its in your Crocs. The 5-second rule doesn't apply in the boys' bathroom. There is no good reason to headbutt a pine cone. This was just because I wondered, how recent that it was, if it was social distancing thing. That's exactly what I wanted to know. When I was 7 and visiting my mom in a different country because she worked abroad, one of her friends were coming over and were setting up a party for their birthday. The thing is, when my mom called us to help and set up the party, my dumb self was watching Peppa Pig full volume with headphones and didn't hear her. And yet my cousins did. It was a few minutes until I got hungry and was heading to the kitchen for a snack and saw it almost finished. I thought they hated me, so they left me out and threw a tantrum. I was crying, but luckily they still had to add a little sticker that just to spell out the friend's name, so they let me do it. I still felt left out and was grumpy the whole party. Curse you, Peppa. The last sentence. Upvoted. Are you a Minecraft pro? Yes, I am Minecraft pro. Also, I still really don't get it. Oh, enchantment tingle language, please. Oh. See, enchantment table. Oh! Bruh. Toys are sale. My toddler was about to hit her head on a bar at the playground. So I told her to duck and she quacked at me. And then hit her head. I was playing Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. And me and my family had 4 safe files on it. One for my sister, another for the older brother and for Dad, and also me. I had the most money on my safe file because they played a lot and also everybody else is a scrub. And one time I was playing and decided to look in setting a bit. I was just pressing random buttons here and there. I wasn't the best at English at the time, and so I found a button with 6 letters. D-E-L-E-T and E. And guess what? I didn't know what that meant. And pressed it, deleting my save file with half a year of gaming on it. From that on, I always knew what delete meant. 'Cause I learned it the hard way. No kidding, you learned it the hard way. With persistence, I shall succeed. Kids. Marred. It's a short story, but I still don't know what to think about it. So when I was like 5 to 6, my dad had this razor knife he used for his job or something, IDK. Anyways, my dad always warned me, don't touch the sharp knife, or this knife will cut down to your bones. And it worked. I thought just touching the knife would kill me. So one day, my cousin, 4 to 5, came over so my dad and uncle could talk, and me and my cousin could watch Ninjago or Pokemon on Netflix. So we were sitting on the couch, and I noticed a knife on the coffee table and said to my cousin, look, my daddy uses this knife and it's really sharp. I then opened the knife and slid my thumb across the blade while pushing it as hard as I could in the knife. Owie, Daddy! I screamed in tears. The knife came alive and tried to cut me. My dad then came thundering upstairs as fast as he could to find me screaming on the floor with the tiniest little cut. I hate myself for ever doing that. Kids are stupid. r/kids are stupid. It's the end of Kids Are Stupid, where you can get a laugh out of kids doing dumb things because they don ... More. 14.4K leaving members, 13 online joined.